Oil doesn't vote, it doesn't pray, it doesn't give speeches. Yet for more than a century, oil has decided who rules, who falls, and who dies in the mud. We are told wars are fought for freedom, for security, for ideology. But peel back the language, and beneath almost every modern conflict, you will find the same dark constant. To understand power, stop watching the speeches, start watching the pipelines. Before 1914, armies moved at the speed of a horse. After 1914, they moved at the speed of a piston. The British Navy's decision to abandon coal for oil did not just modernize warfare, it rewrote geopolitics. Coal tied empires to geography. Oil made them dependent on supply lines. From that moment on, fuel became destiny. World War II makes this brutally clear. Hitler didn't march east for ideology alone. Germany already had land. What it didn't have was oil. The Baku oil fields were not optional, they were survival. Japan's story was even simpler. When the United States cut Japan's oil supply, it wasn't a political disagreement, it was a countdown. Pearl Harbor was not about glory, it was about fuel. An army without oil is not an army, it is expensive scrap metal. Oil is not just fuel, it is the invisible tax on human life. It's inside your food, your medicine, your electricity, your phone. When oil prices spike, nothing stays isolated. Transport costs explode, food prices follow, inflation spreads silently. Middle classes don't disappear because of ideology, they disappear because survival becomes expensive. Governments don't fall because people read a manifesto, they fall because people can no longer afford to live. Oil doesn't start revolutions, it creates the conditions that make them inevitable.
Power is not just owning oil. Power is controlling how it moves. The global economy flows through narrow arteries, maritime chokepoints like Hormuz, Suez, and Malacca. If these veins are pinched, the global heart skips a beat. That is why national security often looks like a naval fleet parked thousands of miles from home. We don't fight for the sand, we fight for the right of way. Pipelines, ports, and straits matter more than borders, because whoever controls the route controls leverage. The Middle East was not destabilized by accident. It holds some of the largest, cheapest oil reserves on Earth. After World War II, energy security became national security. Friendly regimes were supported, unfriendly ones faced pressure. When leaders tried to nationalize oil, they often discovered that independence has a price: sanctions, isolation, instability. Oil creates wealth, but it also attracts attention, and attention is rarely neutral. Not every war is about oil. Humans are perfectly capable of fighting over pride, fear, or belief. But oil is the force multiplier. It turns a local riot into a global crisis, a border dispute into a prolonged war, a weak state into a strategic target. Ignoring oil simplifies history. Blaming oil for everything distorts it. Understanding oil explains power. Oil does not rule loudly, it rules quietly. Behind peacekeeping missions, behind sanctions, behind alliances explained as diplomacy. If you want to understand why wars begin, why governments collapse, why power shifts, follow the energy. History doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. And for the last 100 years, that rhyme has been written in black gold. This is Untold Battle.
Quick question before you go. The next great resource war, will it be fought over oil, water, or data? Drop your answer in the comments. And stay tuned to Untold Battle by Abrar for more untold stories of power, history, and truth.